Hey YouTube, it's Cody. Welcome back. Today is Friday, and on Fridays, if you're new to the channel, we go over just different topics. This is not super structured, and it's going to be a different topic every single week that we want to talk about as far as building out your real estate business, growing as an entrepreneur, especially as younger entrepreneurs. Now, youth is, again, not your age. However, it is your time in the business. So if you're 60, 70 years old, you're just getting started, or you're 18, 19 years old and you're just getting started, you are young in the business. Today we're talking about handling stress when things don't go exactly as you think that they're going to go, because that's typically how the business thing goes. Now, we're doing a lot and trying to buy the Robin Hood Village Resort right now. We are set to close next Wednesday. We're signing on Tuesday and sending the single biggest wire we've ever sent. It's going to be a 7-figure wire to close this deal out. And we're going to be chatting more about that tomorrow. But there's a lot of stress that comes with building out your business or building out a real estate portfolio. Now, when I met Christian a year and a half ago, he had a duplex and a house. I had 30 rental apartments. We've since partnered and have built together 107 rental apartments. We're about to buy the resort. We're under contract on a few million more in real estate. And over the last year, we've done most of what most people set out to do in a lifetime. And there's been a lot of stress that came from that. As you've seen through the channel, if you've been watching for a while, my hair's fallen out, got in a lawsuit with an old mentor, money was stolen, a ton of things that can go wrong. And you don't want to lose everything over, you don't want to lose your head over all of it, because it's not necessarily going to go perfect. And it probably won't go perfect. We went really quick, but a lot of things we had to learn in the process. And part of that, and one of the most important parts of that, is handling stress. Now, there's a few pieces that you got to keep in mind when you're looking at handling stress. You've got things you can control, and you've got things you can influence. And if you think about this, if you were sitting here in front of me, if I wanted to control you, I could put my hands on your shoulders and move you aside. That is the representation of control. And influence would be if I asked you to go grab a cup of coffee for me. I could influence you to do something. Now, if you relate that to situations, can you control the situation? And if not, can you influence the situation by asking other people to help you out? And if the answer to either of those or both of those is no, then you don't worry about it. And that's very difficult to do because we want to control everything. Typically, I micromanage a lot of stuff. Christian and I like to micromanage situations, but if we can't control or we can't influence that situation, we don't assign any stress to it. Now, if we can do either of those things, if we can directly control or directly influence the situation or the outcome, we're going to assign stress to that and put a lot of focus on handling it. However, when you're building out your business, there are actually a lot of things that you probably can't control and a lot of things you can't influence because you haven't built the systems yet, especially when you're getting started. And that's very difficult for most people. It's what stops them from actually going out and building this business thing. Because when you're building a business, it's really fun to try and control everything. A lot of businesses just stay between 1 or 2 people. They don't hire anybody because it takes things outside of control and moves it into potential influence. But if you want to scale quickly, like what Christian and I did, we scaled relatively quickly. We went from nothing in the partnership to 8 figures of real estate and about to be a resort in the partnership with a 7-figure real estate company to, over the course of 12 months, a lot of stress. We had to delegate. We had to add people that would put more of the buckets into influence. And if every stressful situation, the problems that are coming into our existence are outside of our direct control and outside the influence of the team that we've built, we don't worry about it. So if you get anything out of this, don't overthink these things. If you can put it into just 2 buckets, you've got control, you've got influence. If it's not in any of those buckets, do not worry about it. Do not assign a ton of stress to it. Do you need to solve the problem? Yes. Do you need to overstress about it? No. So happy Friday. I'll see you tomorrow for the resort. We're doing the Robin Hood Village Resort episode, I think number 3 now. So check that out, and I'll see you tomorrow.